Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. We're pumping back in the green. Just recaptured $105,000. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest technical analysis. Quoting Max Kaiser, it's generally understood that a Bitcoin ETF is not Bitcoin. So it's important for people to understand that a wrapped Bitcoin is not Bitcoin either. Preach. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin mining saved Texas $18 billion, boosting their grid stability, as well as the latest with Trump and Melania tokens crashing the hardest as the meme coins continue to bleed. We'll also be discussing MicroStrategy bought an additional 11,000 BTC the week before Trump's inauguration, which they just officially announced. We'll also be discussing the latest from El Salvador, buying another 12 Bitcoin for the country's reserve despite the recent IMF deal. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin can cross 1 million, hit as high as 1.7 million this year if this continues to follow the 2017 cycle, according to Van Straten. Also, the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, just said in an interview, I think over time we'll see Bitcoin get into the millions, multiple millions price range. Send it. In today's show, we'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market, all this plus so much motherfucking more in today's show. If you're new to the channel, important to smash the likes, subscribe. We got #1 daily Bitcoin pod, and then hit the bell icon. Turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto newsletters every single day, 7 days a week, just like this. Today is pod episode 1882. I'm your host, JV, and today is Jan 21st, 2025, second day of our new POTUS in office. You know what I mean? Some would say very disappointed first day. No mention of Bitcoin or crypto. No freeing of Ross Ulbricht, which we were all excited about. That dude has been in prison for 11 years, but we'll touch upon that a little later and go from there. Welcome, everyone. Let's kick it off with our market watches that we do each and every day, 7 days a week. As you can see, Bitcoin back in the green, baby, above 105.4 as Ether, XRP, and the majority of the alts correcting and in the red. Checking out coinmarketcap.com. Current crypto market cap sits at $3.62 trillion. The Bitcoin market cap sitting almost at 2.1 trillion. We have roughly 250 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours, meaning volume down 32% on the day. Bitcoin dominance has been on the rise this week. We're currently at 57.6%. Ether dominance was all the way down to 10% the other day. Today it's 11.1%. Things aren't looking so great for Ether, but checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. We got AI16Z. I take it it's a meme coin. I see a girl with big breastises, up 22%, followed by Hype, followed by Sonic. I've never really heard of these ones, but nonetheless, let me know which alt, if any, you're bullish on for the bull. And checking out the crypto bubbles, we get a visual perspective on the day. Safe to say 70% of the market actually in the green, maybe 60% with 40% in the red. Checking out for the monthly, similar scenario. Heck, I'd say close to 50-50. There are some big gainers, which are some of the memes, but overall, a lot of the alts have corrected in the past 30 days. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're 76 today, same as yesterday. Extreme greed. Last week, 63, and last month, 73 in greed. And checking out the time chain calendar. I forgot to pull her up. Here we are. Let's get the latest right here. It shows we're on block height 880,235, and you currently exchange one fiat monopoly dollar for 948 sats. To stack the sats, put down the gats, and pick up the Bitcoin caps from Sergio at bitcoincaps.net. And let's get it. Welcome, everyone joining us. Let's continue with the astrology for the broskies, shall we? We'll also be pulling up the live charts. Headline here reads, Bitcoin fully gassed to leave 100K. Bitcoin price behind. And a reminder, yesterday morning, we tapped a new all-time high, meaning the price discovery is currently sitting at 109.3. We're roughly a few grand away. So yeah, here you're looking at the 1 hour chart. And again, I'll be pulling up the live charts here, so stay tuned. So TradingView showed sellers keeping up the pressure on the six-figure Bitcoin price boundary. Inauguration day offered plenty of volatility. Yeah, I'd say that again. We actually rose from like 99 to 109 within, I think, 8 or 10 hours. Crazy. That's a God candle, by the way. So as you can see here, longs thus suffered on the day, liquidating 500 million. Bitcoin is targeting the nearest liquidity on both sides. Trading platform High Block Capital wrote, and we can expect more extreme volatility. Quoting them here, I'd take a long from 99.5 if offered. I think Graybox needs to hold for the local bullishness and sweeping all the Trump lead up news. PA makes sense according to crypto Chase. He also says I'd also accept a sweep of the 97 low, but that's the farthest it should go. Any good amount of time spent past 96, 97, and my plan is ready is likely off. And in Veal, low 90s, aiming for the new all-time highs. And again, we hit the high 90s the other day, and then we just surged all the way to 109 current price discovery. Another analyst here wrote, December highs, December lows define the key range. For me, acceptance out of either side most likely resolves in a trend. For now, the market will keep both the bulls and the bears speculating, but in truth, it is just another range. That's where my focus remains. Let me know your thoughts on that. Bitcoin quiet. The daily candle here tapped the 10 simple moving average, then went to new all-time highs, and then back below resistance on this 10 simple moving average trajectory. It will have to decide by Friday to either break back upwards or lose the 10 simple moving average. And quoting Check here, as covered back in late November, the thesis was we likely had several weeks of chop solidation before properly trending away from the 100,000 level. We are there. So there you go. And I read you this earlier. Just a reminder, it is understood that Bitcoin ETF is not the same as Bitcoin. And therefore, it's important people understand that a wrapped Bitcoin is not Bitcoin either. And that's coming directly from the high priest, Max Kaiser himself. And with that being shared, again, welcome y'all to the live stream. Another historic day in the markets. Yesterday, we touched the all-time high. We're less than 4,000 away from price discovery. Let me know when you feel we'll likely hit it. And let's pull up some of the live charts, which I promised for you guys. Let's start with the 1 hour, and then we'll work our way backwards. Here's a live 1 hour chart via TradingView, via Coinbase. You can see the last 3 hours have been bullish with green candle prints, which is awesome. We did already touch a low today of let me actually open the app to get you the exact numbers here. The low on the day is 100,051. So 100,000 is the low and 106.5 is the high. And we're currently above 105.6 and we're trending upwards, which is definitely a bullish indicator that we love to see. And zooming out from the 1 hour, check out the 4 hour. And the 4 hour says, we're going up forever, Laura. We do have a target in the orange sitting pretty at 130,000. Shout out to my angels in the orange. 130 G's in play. Let me know when you feel we'll hit that target. And zooming out from the 4 hour, we'll check out the 1 day. The 1 day chart shows us bullish green candle, obviously, for the day thus far. We have a rising wedge formation overall. Yesterday was crazy volatility. Whipsawing up and down, liquidating a lot of the longs and shorts as the market makers love to do. And zooming out from the daily, we check out the weekly. We still have the sexy cup and handle target, which has been on our screen for a long time at 124,000. I believe this to be in play, 124 to 130 here in Q1. I don't have an exact date because I don't have a crystal ball in front of me, but nonetheless, let me know your thoughts. And zooming out from the weekly, take a quick look at the monthly. And as you can see, already forming a nice green candle for the month of January here in 2025. December was an itty-bitty red corrective, and November was the biggest green candle we've ever seen since the inception of the Genesis block. And there you have it. Crypto fam. Next story of the day. This is in the headlines here. Bitcoin mining saved Texas $18 billion, boosted the grid stability. Shout out all my Texans out there. I actually met quite a few folks living in Texas, including some awesome OG miners who were kind enough to invite me to their facility. They're like, anytime you're in Houston, JV, holla, we'll give you the VIP treatment, the tour of the facility. So there's a lot of miners clearly in Texas, and they're doing big things. A new research report by Digital Asset Research Institute revealed how Bitcoin mining impacted the Texas electrical grid, saving the state as much as $18 billion by eliminating the need for new gas peaker plants. That's a win. The findings come as Texas grapple with extreme weather conditions in the recent years, including a 2021 winter storm that caused widespread blackouts and significant economic losses. Historically, grid operators have relied on gas peaker plants to address peak electricity demand. And while effective in short bursts, these plants are costly, remain idle for much of the year, and emit substantial greenhouse gases. Now, Dari's report shows the Bitcoin mining offers a more efficient alternative to gas peaker plants via deemed response programs, where Bitcoin miners can quickly reduce energy consumption during peak demand and stabilize the grid. The Dari report stated that the Electric Reliability Council of Texas, known as ERCOT, sought alternatives to traditional gas peaker plants following the devastation of the 2021 winter storm, and determining that Bitcoin mining could help balance electricity demand and supply to prevent further blackouts. ERCOT's demand response programs have seen voluntary participation by the Bitcoin miners. ERCOT's demand response to the programs voluntarily reduced the energy usage during the peak demand. This approach eliminated the need for Berkshire Hathaway Energy proposed $10 billion investment in new gas peaker plants. Take that, Mr. Warren Buffett. You know what I mean? Which would have further increased electricity costs for the Texans. Gas peaker plants have been criticized for inefficiencies in their contribution to the greenhouse gases while sitting idle for most of the year, releasing hundreds of thousands of tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere every year. Accordingly, the Dari report, Bitcoin mining offers a cleaner, more cost-effective solution where miners operate continuously and generate revenue while remaining able to reduce the energy consumption when needed during the peak demand, which is a win-win, cheaper energy and clean energy. Despite the advantages of the Bitcoin mining, the industry faces resistance from the corporate and political entities, such as lobbying by Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's company. Go figure. The guy who once called Bitcoin rat poison squared. The report highlighted that some lawmakers in Texas have questioned the role of Bitcoin mining as an alternative to gas peaker plants. It sounds like they have a monopoly on the oil energy and they don't want the bitty, clean, free energy in, or the cheaper energy. Clearly, they're trying to protect their monopoly. Proponents of Bitcoin mining, such as U.S. Senator Ted Cruz, in an exclusive interview, described Texas as an oasis for Bitcoin due to its low cost and business-friendly environment. Cruz said that Texas is known for its abundant low-cost energy and that he intends to ensure the trend of more jobs in Texas continues and accelerates while the state increases its Bitcoin mining activity. So there you have it. Respect my authority in my fat Cartman voice. But let's continue with the news, fam. We still got a lot to share. Let's discuss the Trump coin and Melania coin, which is on everyone's mind right now. Crazy, right? Headline here reads, Trump Melania tokens crash the hardest. Not surprised. As meme coins bleed. That's right. Trump family meme coins were amongst the worst performing cryptos over the last 24 hours, wiping out a significant part of the gains made during the Trump fuel rally in the run-up to his inauguration, Jan 20th. That was yesterday. The meme coin of Trump, official Trump, slid 50% after the president made no crypto-related day one executive orders. The token peaked above $78 Jan 19th. I bet you that's where a lot of people bought in, and then dropped to $37 following the inauguration, down 30% over the last 24 hours. And then we had the First Lady, Melania Trump's newly launched meme coin, Melania coin, Melania meme, Melania, has fallen 70% from its peak to trade below $5. An ironic Cabbage Hands Dave Portnoy, he claims he lost $200,000 buying Melania coin. You can't make this shit up. It's crazy. But anyways, Ethereum-based meme coin Pepe has declined by 11% over the past 24 hours. One meme coin buck in the downtrend is Doge, and that's probably because Elon just launched a website for their Department of Government Efficiency with the Doge logo on it, of the dog, which always pumps Dogecoin. So why do the people in power only pumping shit coins? Are you guys starting to see the bigger picture? They're shit coiners. Change my mind. Convince me otherwise. Elon Musk is a shitcoiner, has been since he started pumping Doge, and he's been an enemy of Bitcoin. There's a reason Max and Stacy went on the fuck Elon tour, but I'll leave it at that. And now we have a president who's straight up creating meme coins out of thin air, which people are going to continue to get wrecked on. And You can't, we're living in a simulation, folks. I come to my conclusion. The sharp drop in Trump and Melania token prices is also accompanied by a steep drop in the market cap. Trump's market cap, which reached $20 billion to feature among the top 15 cryptos overnight, now sits at $7.5 billion, 65% below its January 18th peak. Melania's market cap also fell to $819 million after reaching a high of $2.2 billion on Jan 20th. It gives me the same vibes as the Hawktua coin. She reached the 500 million market cap practically within hours of launch, and then it crashed and went to zero. The only difference is Melania and Trump, being the first lady and the POTUS, they're not going anywhere. They can't just disappear like the Hawktua girl. But nonetheless, it's not a good look, in my humble opinion. In fact, I think it makes the industry look bad. But what are your thoughts? Let me know. I'll read them out loud here shortly. This has seen the total market cap of the meme coin sector shrink to reach a 7-day low of 102 billion as of January 21st today. The last time the meme coin market cap sat at 102 billion level was Jan 15th. The aggregate market value of cryptos in this sector is down 12% over the past 24 hours. The total trading volume across the meme coin sector nearly halved over the same period, indicating the intensity of the selling pressure over the past 24 hours. Trump and Melania tokens were heavily traded with 25 billion. Good Lord. Goes to show you how much money people really have. It's like they have $25 billion collectively to throw on some shitcoin to do some gambling. Respectively, over the last 24 hours, this indicates high selling intensity for these meme coins as profit booking continued. Additional data shows overall buying volumes for these tokens were stalling in line for the prices on the Moonshot trading app, which was amongst the first to offer the Trump to retail traders. For example, Trump buying volumes on the app dropped from an average of 6 million on January 18th to 19th to below 1 million January 21st, according to Dune's dashboard. But there you have it, yo. Let me know your honest thoughts with meme coins. I'll keep it 100. I've never invested in a meme coin. I don't really ever plan on doing so. I'm all in on Bitcoin. But that's just me. Let me know your thoughts. So yeah, let's discuss MicroStrategy made another purchase, another acquisition. El Salvador made another acquisition. And then we'll discuss this 1.7 million prediction. I'll share with you a model as well as the latest from Brian Armstrong, Coinbase CEO, projecting multiple $1 million biddy price. But this headline reads, MicroStrategy bought 11,000 Bitcoin the week before Trump's inauguration. Let's go. That's pretty awesome. MicroStrategy officially disclosed its latest Bitcoin purchase costing $1.1 billion in cash at an average price of 101 G's. The purchase, that's each Bitcoin, obviously. The purchase was made during the period between the 13th and the 20th, the week before the inauguration of Trump. Similar to the previous MicroStrategy Bitcoin buys, the purchases were made using the proceeds from the issuance of the sales and shares under the convertible notes sales agreement. And following the latest buy, MicroStrategy now holds 461,000 Bitcoin, which the company acquired for a total of $29.3 billion at an average price of $63,600. MicroStrategy co-founder shared on X, and this is the actual tweet, MicroStrategy acquired 11,000 Bitcoin, and you already know that number is divine. 11, baby. At 1.1 billion, remove the decimal, it's another 11. That's an 1111 at 101,000 per biddy, and achieved a Bitcoin yield of 1.69 year to date 2025. As of Jan 20th, the inauguration day, we hodled 461,000 Bitcoin acquired for 29 billion at 63,000 per Bitcoin. And it's cool to see the 1.1 billion. It just is another omen that my 1.1 million prediction may come into fruition. Removed a decimal, we got an 11, baby. But you already know. And in other tweets here, MicroStrategy shareholders vote to increase the total number of shares to buy more Bitcoin. So expect their acquisitions to increase. This is breaking news. MicroStrategy shareholders are set to vote on increasing authorized Class A common shares from 330 million to 10.3 billion. The plan includes raising $2 billion via preferred stock to fuel its Bitcoin buying, with Saylor controlling 47% of the votes. Another divine omen. 4 plus 7 is 11. Analysts expect the proposal to pass. I'm just loving all the 11s in the air today. It's a beautiful sign. But back here, Saylor previously hinted at potential to buy on Jan 19th, which usually signals the impending Bitcoin purchase the next day. Like clockwork, the new 11,000 biddies purchase is the third acquisition by MicroStrategy in January already, and its largest buy thus far this year. The company has already bought 14,600 of the biddy this year. We're only 21 days deep. So with the purchase, MicroStrategy achieved a Bitcoin yield of 1.69% year to date. Saylor backs the U.S. Bitcoin Reserve. The inauguration of Trump yesterday has fueled expectations of a strategic Bitcoin reserve being established in the U.S. And although Trump's first day in office ended without any mention of crypto, industry observers say it's only a matter of time before the president makes it a priority. And according to the bet-in market, Kalshi, there's a 66% chance Trump follows through on this campaign promise and creates a national Bitcoin reserve this year. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Now, it's no surprise that Saylor supports the idea. Back in December, MicroStrategy founder proposed a digital asset framework for the U.S., including acquiring and holding Bitcoin to strengthen the country's financial position. Quoting Saylor here, a strategic digital asset policy can strengthen the U.S. dollar, neutralize the national debt, and position America as the global leader of the 21st century digital economy. Saylor said his proposal could generate between $16 trillion to $81 trillion worth of wealth for the U.S. Treasury as the price of Bitcoin continues to appreciate, aka pretty little bitty going up. So there you go, yo. Next story of the day, family. Here's the latest from Bukele in El Salvador. And as you know, I spent a week in Bitcoin country. I went to the Max and Stacy Invitational, had a blast. I can't speak high enough about this incredible country, but here we go. El Salvador buys another 12 Bitcoin for the country's reserve despite the IMF deal. F the IMF. We're not selling. El Salvador bought 12 Bitcoin for its reserve for the past day, and despite the earlier deal with the IMF to dial back the crypto policies. January 19th, the country's national Bitcoin office said it bought another 11 Bitcoin for a strategic Bitcoin reserve worth over $1 million. Also purchased one Bitcoin January 20th for $106,000. The Bitcoin office's portfolio tracker shows El Salvador's holdings stand at 6,044 Bitcoin, worth nearly $610 million, with the crypto now trading. Actually, we're even higher because right now we're trading at 106 and less than 3,000 away from price discovery, fam. Bitcoin briefly surged above 109 yesterday, 109.3, current all-time high. Bitcoin's new high came hours before Trump was sworn in as the 47th president, and Bukele's government struck a $1.4 billion financing agreement with the IMF last month, in which it agreed to wind down some of its Bitcoin activities as part of the deal. Some of the changes made by the country included making private sector acceptance of Bitcoin voluntary, which it always has been. So really nothing changed there, family. And unwinding government involvement in the Shivo crypto wallet. I've also heard that a lot of the people there don't recommend it, but I saw people using it and loving it. So it's like mixed vibes. Some people like it, some people don't. But the bigger picture, there's alternative options. There's competition. There's plenty of Lightning Bitcoin wallets one can use. I was using Exodus out there. Strike is also out there. Highly recommended. They have their headquarters in El Salvador. So a lot of options. And one thing about Shivo I also learned is they eat the fees. So there's zero fees when sending funds using the Shivo wallet, which I found pretty awesome. But anyways, however, the day after making that deal, El Salvador bought $1 million worth of the bitty. National Bitcoin Office Director Stacy Herbert, and an ex-post of that country's Bitcoin plans had not changed. Exactly. So don't buy into the FUD, family. In September of 2021, El Salvador became the first country of the world to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender following the announcement of the new Bitcoin law. And according to Nayib Bukele himself in the portfolio tracker, El Salvador's Bitcoin stockpile had a profit of $179 million as of yesterday. An October survey of Salvadorans found that 92% don't make transactions using the bitty, an increase from a 2023 survey that found 88% of them did not use crypto for transactions. Again, of course, it's voluntary. No one's forcing you to do it. El Salvador isn't the only country that has made serious moves to accumulate more of the bitty. The South Asian country of Bhutan, the kingdom itself, has been quietly mining bitty for years. In September, blockchain analytics firm Arcam revealed that Bhutan held 780 million of the digital assets, meaning Bhutan holds more than El Salvador. Crazy, right? Now for our featured story, Bitcoin can cross 1 million this year, hit a high of 1.7 million if it continues to follow the 2017 cycle, according to Van Straten. Let's break this baby down. Also, I wanted to share a couple of tweets. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong was just interviewed on Squawk Box, and quoting him here word for word. I think over time, we will see Bitcoin get into the millions, multiple millions. Price range, pretty little bitty going up. Act accordingly. He also, CEO of America's largest Bitcoin exchange, Brian Armstrong, tells the World Economic Forum audience, it is clear at this point, Bitcoin is a better form of money than gold. For a store of value, it is important governments hold Bitcoin over time. Stockpile thy biddy. Establish the strategic Bitcoin reserve. What are we waiting for? There's nothing more important, gentlemen, except Free and Ross, two things which haven't been done yet. But I digress. Let's break this down. The FTX collapse may seem like a distant memory when Bitcoin fell to around 15 Gs back in November of 2022. The sentiment during the period was extreme fear, and the industry never thought it would recover. Well, idiots never thought it would recover. Can't say that here. We've been bullish even through the entire bear. But anyways, just over 2 years later, Bitcoin's now trading above 100,000, 106,000 as of today. The new all-time high was achieved yesterday on Inauguration Day at 109.3. Trump is now officially the 47th president of the United States of America, however, has yet to announce any crypto policies. One of the many discussions around Bitcoin is the 4-year cycle analysis structured around the halving program. Yeah, every year or every 4 years we get the halving. We got it last year, and that was back in April, and the year preceding the halving, we always hit the cycle peak. So the halving cuts supply every 4 years. We tend to see similar cycles play out with huge price appreciation the year after the halving. Precisely. While this current cycle continues to mirror the previous 2 cycles. And let me know if you witnessed those cycles. So far, Bitcoin's up around 550% from the cycle lows during the FTX collapse. The chart shows that at this point in the current cycle, between the 2015 and 2018 cycles, Bitcoin's price was also up around a similar amount from the cycle low that occurred January 14th of 2015. It's important to note that Glassnode data takes the closing price of the day, which can differ from other trading platforms. And then the green line shows that during the 2018-2022 cycle, at this point in the cycle, Bitcoin was up 1,300%, over double the gain that token has charted till now. So if Bitcoin continues to track the 2015 to 2018 cycle, it would finish at around 1,100% higher from the cycle low at the end of Q1 of this year, putting one Bitcoin at 186,000 per coin. The peak in the cycle would then occur around October of this year at 11,000% higher, putting a cycle top of 1.7 million per biddy. Let me know if you agree or disagree. That's a very advantageous prediction, but nonetheless, that's what the charts say. And there are many other ways to compare this with the previous cycle, such as comparing it with U.S. presidential administrations. According to a post on X by the Bitcoin Archive, Bitcoin went up 20x during the Trump's first term as president, and a return of just 10x would put Bitcoin at 1 million. From here, it's just basic math, and that's why I love Bitcoin at around 100,000. We go up 1%, it's a $1,000 gain. We go up 10%, it's a $10,000 gain. We go up 10x, we're talking a milli, right? We go up 100x, good Lord, somebody pinch me right now. It's going up forever, Laura. JV is hitting it hard every day for his channel, and for us, the least we can do is hit the like and hodl on, brothers. Thank you, Powered by Bitcoin. Greatly appreciate it.